Welcome, adventurers, to the Epic Tales universe, where legends and folklore come to life. I'm thrilled to have you here, as we journey into the shadowy world of myth and magic. In this episode, we'll dive deep into the mysterious origins, characteristics, and tales surrounding one of the most mischievous and feared creatures in fantasy lore, goblins. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Now, sit back and let your imagination soar as we uncover the story of goblins. Goblins are among the most ancient and widespread creatures in myth, appearing in legends across many cultures, from Europe to Asia. Their presence in folklore is often marked by their malevolent tricks, small stature, and knack for causing mischief wherever they go. But who are they? Where did these strange beings come from? And why are they so feared and reviled in so many stories? To begin understanding goblins, we must first go back to medieval Europe, where these creatures were most prominently featured. The word goblin itself is believed to have originated from the French word gobelin, which first appeared around the 12th century. But goblins existed long before this, often described as household spirits or troublesome creatures who played tricks on the unsuspecting. These beings were small, with wrinkled faces and glowing eyes, their size enabling them to slip in and out of cracks in the walls or under doors, bringing chaos into the lives of anyone they encountered. However, goblins were not merely pranksters. They were also known to be dangerous. In many cultures, they were seen as malevolent spirits, often causing illness, bad luck, and even leading travelers astray in the forest. A common trait among goblins across different legends is their love for gold and treasure. They would hoard stolen goods and often attack humans who stumbled upon their hidden troves. While their physical appearances varied from region to region, certain characteristics were often consistent. Goblins were usually depicted as small, grotesque creatures with leathery skin, sharp teeth, and claws. Some legends describe them with bat-like wings or horns, while others portray them as twisted humanoid figures. Their eyes were often said to glow with an eerie light, reflecting their dark, magical nature. In English folklore, goblins were particularly feared for their nocturnal activities. One well-known story is that of the Redcap, a type of goblin that haunted the borderlands between Scotland and England. Redcaps were said to be vicious, keeping their caps soaked in the blood of their victims. They would hide in ruined castles or abandoned towers, waiting for an unlucky traveler to pass by, only to ambush them. In contrast, French folklore gives us the Lutin, a mischievous goblin-like creature that could bring good or bad luck, depending on how it was treated. Lutins were believed to have some control over domestic affairs, occasionally helping with chores but often causing more trouble than they were worth. Similarly, in Germanic and Scandinavian folklore, goblins were sometimes conflated with elves or dwarves, being small, subterranean creatures with a penchant for hiding away in dark caves or under bridges. Asian cultures have their own versions of goblin-like creatures as well. In Japan, the Oni, although often larger and more ogre-like, shares some similarities with the goblin archetype. In Korea, there is the Dakibi, a supernatural creature known for its tricks and games, and much like the European goblin, the Dakibi can be both mischievous and dangerous, depending on how they are treated by humans. Goblins have remained a popular element of modern fantasy, from literature to films and video games. J.R.R. Tolkien's works introduced a vast audience to goblins in The Hobbit, where they were depicted as malevolent, warlike creatures that dwelled in the dark, mountain caves. These goblins were cruel, greedy, and skilled at crafting weapons, playing a significant role in Middle-earth's dark underworld. In more recent times, goblins have appeared in many well-known fantasy franchises, often playing the role of sneaky, treacherous villains. In video games like World of Warcraft and the Elder Scrolls, goblins are often depicted as scheming, quick-witted inventors or dangerous scavengers. Their small stature and cunning nature have made them excellent enemies, as they often employ traps, ambushes, and magic to overcome larger, stronger foes. What makes goblins such enduring creatures in folklore and fiction? Perhaps it is their duality. Goblins are creatures of chaos. They represent the unpredictability of the unknown. Sometimes they are merely nuisances, pranksters who delight in upending the status quo. At other times, they are far more sinister, embodying the darkness lurking just beyond the light. Goblins remind us that not all things that go bump in the night are monsters with great strength or size. Sometimes the greatest threats come in small, sneaky packages. Whether we fear them or laugh at their antics, goblins have captured the imagination of storytellers for centuries. Their presence in myth and modern fantasy speaks to our fascination with the mischievous, the unruly, and the unpredictable forces that shape our world. Thank you for joining us today in exploring the rich and shadowy history of goblins. We hope you've enjoyed this dive into the mischievous world of these fascinating creatures. If you're intrigued by the stories of mythical beings and legendary folklore, make sure to subscribe to Epic Tales Universe and give this video a like. Your support helps us continue bringing these stories to life. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a new adventure. Until next time, may your path be free of goblins and your tales be epic.